Okay, welcome to Spark Academy, dear students. My name is Nityanand Ghosh. I am a faculty here. So basically, you will be writing NEET exam. So you have to understand the different topics, what is there in physics, what type of question is being asked in NEET exam, without much quantitative part. You have to understand all the formula. You may not know the basics of differentiation and integration will be taught to you, but without much derivation you have to clearly know all the topics of so-called all these topics, important topics of physics, important branch. And then after understanding the theory, each and every theory, it will give rise to some numerical formula. So you have to understand numerical formula, and then whatever the parts of numerical formula is there, whatever numerical problem is asked in the exam, quickly you have to solve. So my endeavor is to tell you today in this particular class what are the important topics and what you will be studying in those particular topics this class, and next class I will be taking each topic and then I will explain. So now let us start, because physics is the study of nature. Physics is a Greek word. So the nature actually provides us that different problem came, and then we need to solve. So all these different branches been discovered and invented in due course of time. Okay. So what are the important topics that you have to know is, first topic is you have to know about mechanics. Second topic what you have to know is electrodynamics. Third is actually modern physics. This is just the heading. Inside so many concepts will be hidden, and so many things you have to study. Important things you have to study, the theory as well as its formula. Modern physics. Fourth is nothing but your optics. Okay, fifth is your thermodynamics. Okay, and sixth is nothing but your waves and oscillations. So your this mechanics, okay, and this oscillations, part of oscillation, and this thermodynamics, this is covered in your 11th class. 11th class. Mechanics, thermodynamics, waves and oscillations, and also you have surface tension and viscosity. These two particular thing is also there in your 11th class. Okay, NCERT 11th class. Okay, NCERT books being followed everywhere. And then this electrodynamics, modern physics, optics, and waves. Waves means different types of waves, stationary, longitudinal, Doppler effect, beat, organ pipes, everything will be covered in the second year. This is your 12th class ka portion. Okay. So now what I will do is I will explain you under mechanics what all important topics are being covered. Okay. Okay. Mechanics means here pure Newton mechanics, Newtonian mechanics, or we say classical mechanics. Classical mechanics. See, this Newtonian classical mechanics means it is a large particle, macro. Macro means large particle. This mechanics will be uh, mechanics we have to discuss. So this is developed by Newton. Newton is the researcher. Based on different observation on the surface of the earth, Newton formulated three important laws known as Newton laws. First law, second law, third law. Those laws will be actually used for the motion of particle in a straight line. So basically you have to study motion of particle in straight line. Straight line, it can be in x direction, it can be in y direction. Suppose it is with gravity or against gravity, or a particle or a body is traveling from one point to another point, moving with some speed. So motion of a particle in straight line. When you are studying motion in a particle in straight line, you also need to know about what is the force, then what is work, and then what is its energy. Energy of motion. Energy means kinetic energy plus potential energy. Okay. And then you have to in that you have to know what is work energy theorem. Work energy theorem, this is very important. This is very important. What is work energy theorem? The work done is nothing but change in kinetic energy. Work done by a force is nothing but change in kinetic energy. So many problems they ask in your exam. Direct question. See, your physics paper of your need to know, mostly they will be asking direct question, but still you have to think and then you have to answer. Okay. So all these are covered under. Then C is nothing but, these are all covered under A. Then C is nothing but, another is nothing but projectile motion. Projectile motion. Projectile motion means, missiles, it will be going, whenever a body, whenever it is sent up, it will be under the action of gravity. So your straight line will become curvilinear, because each and every point gravity will be pulling it down. So they will be asking, what is the maximum height the projectile has reached, or what is the total time of flight, or how much time the projectile is taking to go up and come down. What is the range? Range is nothing but maximum horizontal distance. Suppose if this is u and this is alpha, this will be u cos alpha, this will be u sin alpha. So u sin alpha into total time of flight will give you range. Multiple choice, but directly they will ask when the range is maximum. So you have to say the range is maximum when you sent a projectile at an angle of 45 degree. How will you know? You have to know that formula. That u square sin 2 theta by g is range. So sin 2 theta means if theta is 45, sin 90 is 1, no. So 2 u square by g will be maximum range. So you need to know all the formulas, no. So you have to know all the fundas of this projectile motion. And this mechanics is also having your gravitation chapter. Gravitation means nothing but, see, two bodies will attract and repel also. There is no repulsion in gravitational attraction, only attraction. You know, Newton's law of gravitation, you know, F is equal to minus G m1 m2 by d square. So based on that also, no, see, if they can ask F is equal to minus G, this is universal gravitational constant, 6.67 into 10 power minus 11 kg meter square per second square. You know, G m1 m2 by r square. Sometime what they will ask, you know, in the numerical problem, suppose the distance between the bodies are decreased by 4 times, then what effect it will have on force? R is decreased by 4 times, what will affect on force? So what logic you have to apply? Force is inversely proportional to R square. If R increases, force will decrease. So R you have to write 4R whole square. 4R whole square means 16. So it will reduce by 16 times. Are you following? So gravitation has got attraction between two bodies. Gravitation also has got, you have to find out gravitational potential energy. Also it has got planetary motion. Also it has got gravitation. It has also got planetary motion. Planetary motion means Kepler has devised this laws based on by seeing the planets. You know, they are keeping moving, you know, all Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, like that, no. So Mars is moving, Jupiter is moving. What is the time period of Jupiter? When the Mars moves like this at some distance, if Mars time period is T1, what is the Mars time period? T2. So you can find out by using Kepler's laws. So in this planetary motion, the most important thing is Kepler's laws. Kepler has given 3 laws. First law, second law, third law. First law says that planets orbit around the sun in an elliptical motion. Ellipse. Not parabola, not hyperbola, not circle. Planets, they revolve around the sun in ellipse fashion. Ellipse is a closed this thing, no? That also long proof is there. So that is your Kepler's first law. What is the Kepler's second law? The surface area which is traveled by this planet, they sweeps out the areas which these planets they will sweep out equal areas in equal interval of time. So based on that also numerical problems are asked. They are at one particular point, one area. Second particular point, what is the area? So on Kepler's second law also problems will be asked. Kepler's third law. Third law is very, very important. T square is equal to A cube. Okay, Kepler's third law is T square is equal to proportional to A cube. T is nothing but time period of planets. Suppose you take Mars, you take Jupiter. Time period of Mars is given. Time period of Jupiter is not given. Now, when the time period change, the distance will change. A1 and A2 will change. A1 when they are standing at stationary point, let's say at a particular time, and when they are moving, then the time period will change. So what is the formula? Formula is T1 by T2 whole square will be equal to A1 by A2 whole square. You can inverse that. See, as a NEET student, you need not see the derivation will be big. Just you need to remember this formula. T2 by T1 is equal to A2 by A1. T2 by T1 whole square is equal to, sorry, here it will be cube. Time period square is equal to A is nothing but your semi-major axis. You know, in ellipse you have got 2A is the major axis, 2B is the minor axis. You have got foci, you have got latus rectum, you have got so many things, you have studied parabola, hyperbola, ellipse. So now A1 and A2 are the semi-major axis. So they will give you T1, A1, A2, they will ask what is T2, or out of these four quantities, any one will be given, any three will be given, they will ask you the fourth quantity. So Kepler's laws, I am telling you, 150% problems will be asked in your NEET exam. Are you following? You have to concentrate very hard. Physics. Physics is the actually main this thing. If you get maximum marks in physics, then you will get a very good rank in medical. Okay, because medical is tougher than engineering. So chemistry, physics, chemistry normally 50 marks, 9 marks they will ask in inorganic chemistry, remaining 41 marks physical chemistry. Physical chemistry is nothing but physics. So they are very 20 minutes may you will finish. So you have, and your botany, zoology, all those things are direct questions. Physics you have to apply you have to think, and then fast you have to answer. So in your gravitation में gravitation में you have planetary motion, Kepler's laws, and also different bodies attraction, all those things will be asked under gravitation. So this is all about mechanics. Then your next is your electrodynamics. Actually this class I am teaching in detail what are the topics you need to, topics and subtopics. It's not that only topics and subtopics. Okay. So in electrodynamics, the first important thing is actually electrostatics. Electrostatics may you have to know, electrostatic is nothing but charge at rest. So charge at rest will produce electric field. Electric field is a field around a charge within which its influence is felt. So you need to find out a single charge or a group of charge, what is the electric field, and you have to find out what is the electric field because of a spherical charge sphere, what is the electric field because of a hollow sphere, what is the electric field because of a charged cylinder, what is the electric field because of infinite line charge, what is the electric field because of a sheet of charge, thin as well as thick. Are you following? So these are the important things you learn under your, and your vector direction. You have got field in one direction, you will be having field in another direction. They may ask you resultant field and all, like that question will be asked. And in this actually capacitor will be there. Capacitor ka all logic will be there. Capacitor is very important. Capacitor stores electric potential energy. So when capacitors are connected in series, in parallel series both, then when it is connected in parallel series, they will ask you the energy stored in a particular capacitor. Energy stored in a capacitor is half CV square. So first you have to know what is the meaning of capacitance, how it has come. If I say C is equal to Q by V means what is the physical meaning? V is nothing but potential. So in this you will study potential also. We will study potential. If I say charge is equal, capacitance is equal to charge divided ratio of charge to potential, how that concept has come you have to know. And why capacitor, the potential energy stored in a capacitor is half CV square. Capacitor is very, very important. Capacitor is there in your motor. In your house, motors will be there. Capacitors are there. Submersible pump capacitors are there. In your fan, capacitors are there. Fan is rotating slowly. The main culprit is not the armature, capacitor. 15 rupees you spent and you purchase 2 farad capacitor. Take out the old one, all screw type nowadays. Take out the old one, put the new one, you will see that the speed increases like anything. And another very important thing which is solving human problem is capacitor blocks DC current and passes AC current. So just like bypass road, capacitor is used as a bypass capacitor. See, every day you use in your house, you have got an inverter and down you have got a battery, Eveready battery or Amaron battery. That is a DC source. Your electricity is alternating current. So you have to convert direct current into alternating current. That inverter will do. After it has converted direct current into alternating current, it should not again pass through the DC source, that is your battery. So what on the way in that circuit, you put one capacitor. What that capacitor will do? It will pass that AC to the ground if there is any leakage. So you are using the capacitor in solving human problem. So potential also is under static electrostatic. Then you have current electricity. Current electricity is dynamic part. Whenever the charge is at rest means electric field. Charge when it is in motion, no. In addition to electric field, it will give rise to current. See, any live where current is flowing, no, it will have magnetic field around. So you have to use the science what you are studying in each and every area, each and every, see, during kite festival, I tell my student during kite festival, so many people, unknowingly they will, die because, the kite along with that manja, it will get entangled with the live wire and there will be a magnetic field around. Whatever in their backyard, they will take moist bamboo also will conduct. Any iron piece when you are encircling that manja and as you are going up, magnetic field will pull it down and then the disaster happens. So current electricity mein you will be learning about Ohm's law, Ohm's law, Kirchhoff's law, Ohm's law, Kirchhoff's law, Kirchhoff's current law, voltage law. Then you will be studying about meter bridge, potentiometer, Wheatstone bridge condition P by Q, R by S. In your exam they might have asked you, prove that P by Q is equal to R by S. When P by Q is equal to R by S, P and Q will be in series, R and S will be series. That time the current flowing through the galvanometer will be 0. Current flowing through the galvanometer will be 0. That is the balanced condition. Now they will unbalance the bridge. What they will do, current flowing through the galvanometer is not 0 means, in that situation what is the branching current they may ask, or they may give one simple circuit, they will ask you what is the current here and there, or they will give you mixed resistances and they will ask you to find out the equal resistance, in isosceles triangle, what is the equivalent resistance at a particular point, all series, parallel, jumbled they will give. So your potentiometer and all those things will come under this current and electricity. Then you have got magnetism. Magnetism has got wide range. Magnetism, first you have to know different types of magnetic material. Dia, para, ferro, ferrites, antiferro and all. What is the permeability, what is the susceptibility, and then all those things you have to know. And then by knowing all those things, you have to design hard magnetic material, soft magnetic material. Submagnetic material will be, they will ask multiple choice. Well, the core of a transformer is made up of soft magnetic material or hard magnetic material. A, soft magnetic material, B, hard magnetic material, both or none of the above. So unless and until the concept is clear, you cannot judiciously, you cannot just tick. I mean, judicious judgment is very, very important for answering that. See, soft magnetic material is nothing but whenever you magnetize a specimen, you have to work against the external magnetic field. So your loop, hysteresis loop means the lag between the intensity of magnetism with respect to external magnetic field. Hysteresis loop will be very sleek. Hysteresis loop will be like this, very sleek. This is a soft magnetic material. Soft magnetic material. Where hard magnetic material, it will be fat. It will be fat. So hard magnetic material, permanent magnets in lab you use. Soft magnetic material you use core of transformer. Then you also will study transformer, efficiency of a transformer, when it is step up, when it is step down, what is the related formula. All those things you will be studying under your magnetism. Then you have self-inductance, mutual inductance. Are you following? Then coupling of coils and all those things will be asked. Then last D is your under this, this is what is actually about electrodynamics. Okay. Then in the next branch I will be, so all these things you have to know: soft magnetic material, hard magnetic material, different magnetism, and then about Kirchhoff's law. So I have in the next class what I will do is I will explain you in detail about the other topics branch of physics and subtopics. Once I am done with all those things, then I will start with a specific topic. I will go more detailing, and then concept, numerical formula, and how you solve problem. Okay, so okay.